Here's what's happening tonight. Residents in Grundy County are grieving the loss of friends and loved ones to what the Grundy County Sheriff's Department calls an opioid crisis. Catherine Vaughn has more on what residents are doing to keep each other safe.
Some of the residents who spoke with us say they were former addicts themselves and know from experience how one of these can be the difference between a life and death situation. Scattered across Grundy County, residents could be seen sitting on truck beds, handing out kits of Narcan, a type of medication that rapidly reverses opioid overdoses and can save a life in seconds. The initiative is in response to the current opioid crisis, nationally and locally. Grundy County has reported 8 overdoses within the last month, 4 of them fatal. In this tight-knit community, the heartbreak runs deep, because neighbors aren't just neighbors, and strangers aren't really strangers.
We're a small community, everybody knows everybody, and when somebody dies, it affects everybody around you.
They're family, and family looks after one another.
And we just want people to know that we care, love them, and we're here to help.
Some residents, like Chad Smith, know firsthand the hardships of addiction.
I came from that lifestyle. At one time, I was a very active drug addict, didn't live a very good life, and this could be me.
He's now using his story to inspire others and potentially save a life.
When I was at my darkest place, I didn't feel like anybody cared. And I know that there's people here today, that's where they're at.
Smith has become an inspiration to others. He's now a pastor and volunteer firefighter for his community.
My message is hope. If God can bring me out of where I was at in the darkness that I was in, then he can do it for anybody.
If you or a loved one are seeking help, you can find a list of resources on our website. I'm Catherine Vaughn, Local 3 News.
Nearly 900 confirmed measles cases have been reported in the U.S. so far this year. That's more than 3 times higher than all of the cases reported in 2024. Doctors say the best way to protect yourself is to get the MMR vaccine. The first dose is generally given to children between 12 and 15 months old. It is 93% effective. The second dose, even more effective, is given to kids between 4 and 6. But routine childhood vaccination rates have been declining.
This is why it takes herd immunity. It takes up to 95% of people in a particular region having immunity to measles in order to prevent it from spreading.
Now, here in Tennessee, the Department of Health has confirmed 6 cases of measles, all individuals who were not vaccinated. 4 of the patients were between the ages of 5 and 17. Another is between 18 and 49, and the other is over 50. Doctors say if you haven't already done so, consider receiving both doses of the MMR vaccine. Time now for our first look at the weather forecast with Audrey Shirley.
Today's high overall was 82 degrees in the Scenic City. We did reach that 3-degree mark right on the dot, so we added $10 more in the jackpot. Hopefully we can do the same exact thing tomorrow. It will be slightly cooler at 77 degrees for tomorrow's high in Chattanooga. Now overall today, we did have a very warm day in the Scenic City, 82 degrees for the high in Saudi Daisy. A little bit of rain here right at the station, and same within Athens and also within Chatsworth too. Over a third of an inch of rainfall from what we saw earlier today from those spotty showers. Now as you head out the door for tomorrow morning, it is going to be mostly cloudy throughout the day, so clouds will be on the increase. So you can see some peaks of sunshine here and there, and it will warm up, but again, it'll be cooler than it was yesterday. So it'll be about 77 degrees for tomorrow's high. Again, 77 for the high. It will be rain-free for tomorrow, so we don't have to worry about any rain showers or anything like that for your Sunday. You can do any outdoor festivities that you want to do. In fact, take advantage of that as of now, because later this week we will have some chances for some scattered rain showers and thunderstorms beginning on Tuesday. So just keep that in mind as you head throughout the week. Now, temperature-wise, we are actually on average for the next 6 to 10 days out from now, so we can expect to continue to see some spring-like weather ahead. I'll be talking more about the complete forecast coming up soon.
Thank you, Audrey. The Chattanooga Market will be open again tomorrow at First Horizon Pavilion. This is the 25th season, and it kicked off today with local vendors and live music. And it begins tomorrow at 11 a.m. It's open every Sunday from 11 to 4 through October. Here's a pro tip from somebody who knows. Be sure to sample the food trucks. Also tomorrow, South Pittsburgh is hosting the final day of the 28th Annual National Cornbread Festival. Cornbread, as you may know, is considered the cornerstone of Southern cuisine. The festival features live music, also carnival, arts, crafts, and of course, Cornbread Alley. It's known nationwide. Admission is $10. Tomorrow's event is open from 8 to 5 Central Time. You can purchase your tickets online if you choose to do so at nationalcornbread.com. A lot of smiling faces there. Cleveland Coffee and Market is shutting its doors next month after an 8-year run. Owner Brittany Katz posted, "This has been such a special place for me and the staff to build community, learn and grow together, which is why this is such a tough decision." She also owns the coffee shop's next door neighbor, which is Tara Running. She says that business has grown to a point where she can't run both stores. A celebration week will be scheduled soon to honor the Cleveland Coffee and Market. And coming up, more than a dozen people are dead after a massive explosion near an Iranian port.
Get a shade that serves.
Pope Francis's funeral unfolded in majestic fashion today in Vatican City. Hundreds of thousands gathered to honor the late pontiff. Attendees waited in silence for the service to begin and broke out in applause as the famously humble Pope's modest coffin was brought out. More than 50 world leaders and 11 reigning monarchs were in attendance. The cardinal delivering the homily described him as a pope among people.
He was not afraid to speak, and according to me, in my opinion, he was always ready to give a voice to the voiceless. I feel very lucky to be here in the circumstances, of course, to pay homage and tribute to him.
This funeral differed from those of past popes, with some elements pared back. Pope Francis wanted the events to reflect his own dedication to those who are homeless or disadvantaged. A massive explosion at an Iranian oil port killed at least 14 people in Iran, and more than 750 are injured. Officials say a fuel tank exploded, but they don't know why. Port operations have been suspended. This occurred just as Iran began a third round of nuclear talks with the U.S., but there's no indication of any link between the two events. Coming up next on Local 3 News at 11, a former Disney employee has been sentenced to prison for hacking into the menu system at Disney theme parks.
This is Local 3 News Weekend.
A Chattanooga home on Mark Twain Circle near Wilcox Boulevard caught fire this morning. Chattanooga firefighters cut holes in the roof to release heat and smoke. They quickly extinguished the flames in the attic, and thankfully no one was injured. The 3900 block of Kane Lane near Shallowford Road is closed because of a water main break. Tennessee American says there's no estimated reopening time. Also, concrete repair work is winding down on I-75 near the 24 split. Last night, TDOT closed the right lane on 75 North from the bridge over CSX Railroad to East Brainerd Road. That is set to reopen Monday morning at 6. Well, the St. Jude Dream Home is a beauty. A 4-bedroom, 2,800 square foot home under construction now in the Emerald Point subdivision in Soddy Daisy, thanks to Core Homes. And if you would like for this to be your new home and help the children and families of St. Jude at the same time, be sure to reserve your ticket while they last. You can do so by scanning the QR code on your screen. Keep in mind that if you live in Tennessee, you can go on dreamhome.org to get a ticket. If you live outside the state, maybe Alabama, Georgia, North Carolina, or beyond, you can call 800-750-6962. Audrey Shirley has your forecast as we head into Sunday. Audrey?
We will have some calm conditions overnight headed into Sunday because Sunday it will be rain-free. Definitely enjoy that while it lasts because later on this week we will have more chances for some scattered rain showers and thunderstorms. And again, more thunderstorm chances on the way. Now, as we head into the next few days, a fun little fact is that we'll actually have some more vivid sunrises and sunsets on the way. That's all due to some dust from the Sahara Desert that's going to be roaming around the Tennessee Valley again for the next few days. So if you want to do that, if you want to go outside and enjoy that beautiful sunrise or sunset, make sure to do so because it's going to be even more beautiful than those already are in general. Now, as we head into next week, that will be our next rain chance. So overnight, like I mentioned, it will be calm winds, calm conditions overall, clouds on the decrease, but then clouds will be back on the increase as we head into tomorrow. We'll have mostly cloudy skies, but it will be rain-free overall for Sunday. Headed into Monday morning, rain-free for the morning time, but as we head into the early afternoon and the early evening hours, there's a chance for a light shower or two across the valley, but the next main rain event is actually going to be on Tuesday because we'll actually have some chances for some thunderstorms with that, specifically for Tuesday evening. Headed into the rest of the overnight hours into tomorrow morning. Temperature-wise, not too bad at all, in the 50s and in the 60s. And when you wake up tomorrow, it will be 54 degrees by around 7 a.m. But like I mentioned, clouds will be back on the increase, so you can expect it to be mostly cloudy for tomorrow. 54 degrees for tonight's low overall. Again, calm conditions, partly cloudy skies, and then this will decrease. 53 degrees in Cleveland, 58 degrees in Dayton. It'll be 54 in Dalton, 61 degrees in Scottsboro. And tomorrow it will be slightly cooler than it was today, 77 degrees for the high, again with mostly cloudy skies on the way. It'll be 77 in Cleveland, 75 degrees in Athens, 78 in Dalton, 77 degrees in Fort Payne, and 80 degrees in both Calhoun and in Scottsboro. Tomorrow will also be a bit on the drier side, but those dew points will rise once again later on this week, making conditions more comfortable outdoors. Speaking of the rest of this week, temperature highs are going to be in the 80s following Sunday, so we'll be back in the 80s, 81 for Monday. Again, just a 10% chance for some spotty showers in the evening time for Monday. Tuesday, we do have some chances for some scattered thunderstorms and rain showers. It will be a hot day on Wednesday, but again, more thunderstorm chances on the way, more thunderstorms on Thursday, and then Friday we do have some chances for some scattered rain showers. We'll actually be back in the 70s beginning on Friday, and that will actually lead into the next weekend. But as of right now, next weekend is expected to be rain-free as well.
Demonstrators lined the streets of Milwaukee in front of FBI headquarters to protest the arrest of a judge who's accused of obstructing the detention of an undocumented immigrant. The FBI had posted her mugshot on social media. Former Attorney General Eric Holder says that may be a violation of a policy. That policy is in place to not release photos of defendants unless it serves a law enforcement function or is already part of the public record. Eric Holder says the release of the photo is meant to intimidate judges. Sean Combs, former chief of staff, is accused in 3 lawsuits of aiding his alleged sex abuse. Combs says Christina Coram was his right hand for 8 years. He faces trial in federal court next month on charges of sex trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He has pleaded not guilty and is being held at a detention center in Brooklyn. Coram's role in Combs' trial, if any, is unclear. She has not been charged with any crimes. A former Disney World employee has been sentenced to 3 years in prison and fined $700,000 for hacking into menus at Disney restaurants. Prosecutors say Michael Schur changed the allergy information, changed menu prices, and added profanity to the Disney menus. They say he also changed details about wine regions, instead referencing the location of recent mass shootings. And he locked fellow employees out of their company accounts. Schur was fired from his job as a menu production manager at Disney last year for misconduct. Straight ahead in sports, UTC's Sandy Mock's beach volleyball team going dancing for the 2nd straight year, and a slugfest tonight at Chase Field in Arizona. Samantha Casano has highlights from a wild Braves-Diamondbacks game.
Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Oh, what you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Come on in. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really don't?
This is the moment dreams became reality for the Chattanooga Mocs. For the second straight year, the beach volleyball team is headed to Gulf Shores for the NCAA tournament. It felt inevitable pretty much all season long. The Sandy Mocs were the best team in the Ohio Valley Conference, going undefeated in the regular season. But we all know that to make it to the big dance, you have to win your conference tournament. And whether it be playing through torrential downpour, matches taking nearly 4 hours due to weather, or the tough competition itself, nothing was going to stop Chattanooga in their NCAA tournament endeavors over the past 3 days. Make no mistakes, it was not easy. Chattanooga and UT Martin were tied at 2 in the championship, meaning it all came down to Neva Clark and Corinna Vale. The two-time OVC Pair of the Year was up to the challenge, rallying after dropping their first set to take down the Skyhawks and punch the team's ticket to the NCAA tournament.
I told that team I can't write a better story than this one, so I'm just so happy for the team. I'm so happy for the senior class to go out this way, and I'm just so proud of what these players have built here with me.
It's been a whirlwind of emotions, but obviously these are happy tears. Like I said earlier, I couldn't have dreamed it up better, and this is how I wanted to do it, just leaving it to us at the end, her right by my side.
We just have so much confidence in each other that it's hard to be nervous, because I have faith in her and she has faith in me, and we're always going to get it done. We're going to work through the hard times.
Clark and Vale were named to the all-tournament team. So were Sydney Jackson and Ansley Gullidge, who were named tournament MVPs. Chattanooga will now find out their first NCAA tournament opponent on Selection Sunday. Over at Frost Stadium, the Mock softball team picks up a massive pair of wins over Samford to move into first place in the SoCon standings. In Game 1, Chattanooga overcame a 3-0 deficit in the final 2 innings. Kaylee Snell hit the walk-off single in the 7th to win it 4-3. In Game 2, Aislinn Sellers had what proved to be the game-winning hit, a blooper that just dropped into shallow right field in the 5th to score Olivia LaPerry. In the Circle, Sonoraville grad Taylor Long threw a gem, a complete game shutout, fanning 5 batters along the way. The 1-0 win puts Chattanooga half a game up on UNCG with 4 games left in the conference regular season. The Mocs will look to take out those brooms against the Bulldogs tomorrow afternoon at 2. The Lady Vols became the #1 team in the country this week. Series wins over then #1 Texas and #2 Oklahoma will do that for you. But Tennessee dropped their first game as the top dogs on Tuesday against Clemson and then dropped the series opener against Ole Miss last night. Let's move things to Oxford for Game 2 of this top 20 matchup. UT up 2-0, bases loaded in the 7th, and Taylor Panel comes up clutch. A bases clearing double to make this a 6-0 ball game. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Carlin Pickens was superb. 10 strikeouts. 0 runs, just 1 walk. Karen Weekly's squad is back in the win column, beating number 16 Ole Miss 6-0 to set up a rubber match for tomorrow. The Vols baseball team also looking to bounce back after getting walked off by LSU after 2 in the morning. Don't worry, this was an 8 o'clock first pitch tonight. Still, it's understandable it took a minute for the offense to get going. Top 4 runners at the corners for Cannon Peebles. He drops one into left field to plate the first run of the game. Peebles adds to the lead in the 7th. With a sac fly to left. Quality outing for Marcus Phillips, 6 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. Vols lead 4-2 in the 8th. Back in the 4-2-3, Chase Burns was making his Lookouts debut. The Reds' top prospect and former Vols and Wake Forest ace got the call up earlier this week after 3 starts in High A. And his first start in Chattanooga went about as well as you could have imagined. 4 innings, 5 strikeouts, just 1 earned run. His offense was more than happy to help him out. 8 runs, 7 of those coming in the first 2 innings. The Lookouts win Game 1 over the Columbus Clingstones 8-2. Then Ryan Cardona and Simon Miller combined to throw a 2-hitter in Game 2. Chattanooga wins that one 3-0, so the team is eyeing a series win tomorrow afternoon on Hawk Hill. Meantime, it was a slugfest in Phoenix. The Braves taking on the Diamondbacks top 1. Marcell Ozuna hits an absolute moonshot. 443 feet to left field. Atlanta with an immediate 1-0 lead. Next inning, Sean Murphy doubles the lead with a solo shot of his own. That's already his 7th of the season after missing the first couple of weeks on the IL. But Eugenio Suarez was having himself a game. Not 1, not 2, but 3 home runs in the middle of this one. Let's jump to the 8th. Braves down 1. Michael Harris hits one over Alec Thomas's head in center field. 2 runs score. Atlanta takes a 7-6 lead. Now, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that lead doesn't last very long. And yes, it's because of this guy, Eugenio Suarez, his fourth dinger of the game, makes it 7-7 in the bottom of the 9th. Suarez, the first player to hit 4 homers in a game since J.D. Martinez did so back in 2017. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Atlanta wins it in 10, 8-7 the final. The Braves have won 3 in a row for the 2nd time in the past week. They will go for the sweep against the Snakes tomorrow afternoon. Let's talk some high school baseball. 3 Game 3s of interest today after falling 2-1 in extras in Game 1. Gordon Lee wins back-to-back games against Brantley County, a convincing 11-0 shutout win. Ringgold escapes with a 5-4 win over Jackson. Kahala Creek drops 3-2 to Callaway. The Colts season comes to an end. The Trojans will host Ace Charter in the Sweet 16, while Ringgold hits the road to face Morgan County. And it was also the final day of the NFL draft. We had some Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama guys get picked up, so we love to see it.
Very good. All right, full disclosure, some of y'all know I'm a Braves fan. And during the game tonight, I was hard at work on this newscast. I was unable to watch the game.
I was also
Samantha's office is a few doors down, and every time I would hear her shout, scream, or yell, I would run see what I'd missed. There was a lot going on, a lot of lead changes. It did have a happy ending, but that was a heart stopper for fans.
Yeah, that was very stressful, and you know, you win a game despite a guy hitting 4 home runs.
4 home runs, you still win. Well, that was pretty awesome, and it was fun keeping up with it through Samantha. I knew when I heard Samantha something was going on, and I'd better stop what I was doing and check on my Braves. That's it for Local 3 News at 11. Thanks to this wonderful team here. I don't get to work weekends often much, but this is a great group of humans. Love y'all. See you later.
This was the moment dreams became reality for the Chattanooga Mocs beach volleyball team. For the second straight year, the beach I'm so sorry. Can we please turn it on? This is the moment dreams became reality for the Chattanooga Mocs. For the second straight year, the beach volleyball team is headed to Gulf Shores for the NCAA tournament. It felt inevitable pretty much all season long. The Sandy Mocs were the best team in the Ohio Valley Conference, going undefeated in the regular season. But we all know that to make it to the big dance, you have to win your conference tournament. And whether it be playing through torrential downpour, matches taking nearly 4 hours due to lightning, or the tough competition itself, nothing was going to stop Chattanooga this past 3 days. Make no mistakes, it was not easy. Chattanooga and UT Martin were tied at 2 in the championship, meaning it all came down to Neva Clark and Corinna Vale. The two-time OVC Pair of the Year was up to the challenge, rallying after dropping their first set to take down the Skyhawks and punch the team's ticket to the NCAA tournament.
I told that team I can't write a better story than this one, so I'm just so happy for the team. I'm so happy for the senior class to go out this way, and I'm just so proud of what these players have built here with me.
It's been a whirlwind of emotions, but obviously these are happy tears. Like I said earlier, I couldn't have dreamed it up better, and that's how I wanted to do it, just leaving it to us at the end, her right by my side.
We just have so much confidence in each other that it's hard to be nervous, because I have faith in her and she has faith in me, and we're always going to get it done. We're going to work through the hard times.
Clark and Vale were named to the all-tournament team. So were Sydney Jackson and Ansley Gullidge, who were named tournament MVPs. Chattanooga will now find out their first NCAA tournament opponent on Selection Sunday. Over at Frost Stadium, the Mocs softball team picks up a massive pair of wins over Sanford to move into first place in the SoCon standings. In Game 1, Chattanooga overcame a 3-0 deficit in the final 2 innings. Kaylee Snell hit the walk-off single in the 7th to win it 3-2. That was such a good one, too.
Taylor Long strikes.
This is the moment dreams became reality for the Chattanooga Mocs. For the second straight year, the beach volleyball team is headed to Gulf Shores for the NCAA tournament. It felt inevitable pretty much all season long. The Sandy Mocs were the best team in the Ohio Valley Conference, going undefeated in the regular season, a perfect 10-0. But we all know that to make it to the big dance, you have to win your conference tournament. And whether it be playing through torrential downpour, matches taking nearly 4 hours due to lightning, or the tough competition itself, nothing was going to stop Chattanooga the past 3 days. Make no mistakes, it was not easy. Chattanooga and UT Martin were tied at 2 in the championship, meaning it all came down to Neva Clark and Corinna Vale. The two-time OVC Pair of the Year was up to the challenge, rallying after dropping their first set to take down the Skyhawks and punch the team's ticket to the NCAA tournament.
I told that team I can't write a better story than this one, so I'm just so happy for the team. I'm so happy for the senior class to go out this way, and I'm just so proud of what these players have built here with me.
It's been a whirlwind of emotions, but obviously these are happy tears. Like I said earlier, I couldn't have dreamed it up better, and this is how I wanted to do it, just leaving it to us at the end, her right by my side.
We just have so much confidence in each other that it's hard to be like nervous because I have faith in her and she has faith in me, and we're always going to get it done. We're going to work through the hard times.
Clark and Vail were named to the all-tournament team. So were Sydney Jackson and Ansley Gullidge, who were named tournament MVPs. Chattanooga will now find out their first NCAA tournament opponent on Selection Sunday.